First here at 4, HPD has released its final report on a coding error which led to the suspension of hundreds of thousands of cases.
Acting Chief Larry Satterwhite presenting the findings to Houston's mayor and city council for several hours. Marcelino Benito joining us live downtown. Marcelino, what have you learned?
Well, guys, this 43-page report gives us our first in-depth look as to how and why this code was used. And today, both the mayor and the acting police chief apologizing to all Houstonians.
What happened in our department is unexcusable.
A nearly 3-hour grilling around Houston's Horseshoe.
Didn't have enough personnel to actually work all the cases.
Acting HPD Chief Larry Satterwhite laid out the details of a 43-page report into how and why nearly 250,000 incident reports were marked suspended, lack of personnel. That includes 4,000 plus sexual assaults.
We're not running from anything. We're not hiding from anything. Where we made mistakes, where we failed, we're going to tell you, and it's in the report.
The report lists HPD's 8 key findings, among them when the suspended lack of personnel code was first used in early 2016. HPD describes how the code was used by all divisions.
There were no guardrails. There were no parameters into where you could use it and where you could not use it.
Chief Satterwhite says HPD's severe understaffing dating back to 2014 contributed to the code's use for nearly 8 years. The code, now no longer in use, but HPD's staffing woes are worse than they were a decade ago.
I am devastated that this happened. And there isn't a man and woman in there that isn't. We all are sorry.
HPD revealed there were 7 prior opportunities where use of this code could have been stopped and further investigated, but it went nowhere.
Did not happen on my watch. I'm in a cleanup mode, recovery, if you might say, from this crisis. But I apologize to the citizens of Houston. The city leadership and HPD leadership let them down.
HPD says a majority of the 260,000 plus cases have now been reviewed. That includes 79% of special victims cases, 56% of cases in the Major Assaults and Family Violence Division, and 100% of Homicide Division cases. New protocols have been implemented across HPD, but a series of changes and reforms remain a work in progress, as do internal affairs investigations that Chief Satterwhite says will provide accountability.
We all have to live with this. We all face this. And it's now going to be, it's there, and it's a mark. Good.
Now, the chief went on to say, do not expect a wide swath of discipline here. He calls this a systemic failure and not something that can be pinned on just one person. Back to you.
And still a lot of those victims waiting for phone calls and answers. Thank you, Marcelino. Right now on KHOU.com, you can find the entire report and a timeline of how we got here.